It's now a waiting game to see if Congress will move forward with a stricter gun law.
Meanwhile, some people are sounding the alarm about gun sales. A claim says sales soar following mass gun violence. But is this true? Abby Larico spoke to experts to verify.
We are sorting through some of these claims to make sense of whatever we can following this shooting. So we want to verify, do mass shootings, defined here as 5 or more people injured or killed, lead to a spike in gun sales? To find out, we talked with Jurgen Brauer. He's the co-founder and chief economist at Small Arms Analytics and Forecasting, a research firm that focuses on firearms, and looked at 2 studies. The answer is a bit tricky.
It depends very much on which kind of mass shooting it is. Not all mass shootings are equal in their secondary effects.
Secondary effects, meaning how the media, lawmakers, and the public react to a tragedy. Studies show that a spike in gun purchases or background checks doesn't always happen. This 2019 Journal of the American Medical Association Network study found that from 1998 to 2016, of 124 major mass shootings, 21% were associated with increased gun purchases, but 17% were actually associated with decreases.
The shooting in Las Vegas a few years ago, or the shooting at the Orlando, Florida nightclub, those have not led to a really statistically noticeable increase in firearms demand and sales.
However, Brauer says experts believe the mass shootings involving young children seem to have the most association with increased gun sales. A 2017 Annals of Internal Medicine study found that in the wake of Sandy Hook, 3 million more firearms were purchased than in typical years.
When you have a school shooting, the outrage is more popular than otherwise and more widespread than otherwise. And therefore, you get more calls for firearms legislation. And then you have the reaction that in response to those calls and the fear that potentially new federal legislation may be passed, that then turns on the demand spike.
So we can verify that no, not all mass shootings correlate directly with an increase in gun sales. Whether or not this one will lead to that or any further firearms legislation, we'll be watching.
Now, there's a lot of information online about the Texas shooting. If you see something and you just aren't sure if it's true, send it to the Verify team. Email verify@13newsnow.com.